No, this is not the elephant in the room. This is a Tesla Model Y in a parking lot. It's gotten a significant upgrade, and we're gonna dig into it. While not all new, the Model Y Juniper upgrade does get some changes to the exterior, but they're subtle. The overall shape and design is pretty much the same, but where it does really differ is up front. It actually gets this really long bar headlight now. This is very similar to what's on the Cybertruck. Thankfully, it didn't get any more Cybertrucky things. And around the side, you can see again, like nothing really changes, but back here, you're gonna see some more significant things. It still has these kind of ubiquitous C tail lights, and it does have this Tesla logo on here right now. Honestly, there's a light that comes on under here. It makes it look like this is a light bar, like this is lit up. It's not, this is just a plastic piece, but it gives you the illusion when it's on that it is. I think the changes actually are really good. When you look at them side by side, you can see just how much better it looks, a little sleeker, I think personally. I don't know, what do you think? Tell me in the comments. It does get a new camera up front that improves functionality of the ADAS and other autonomous systems. You'll also get new color options. I personally like this very much. And of course, there are new wheels from which to choose as well. The interior is where it sees most notable changes. It's lost some things and gained some things, both to significant effect. Most of these are the same updates that the Model 3 recently received. It gets a 15.4-inch screen here, and listen, as we all know, there really are no physical buttons in a Tesla. Everything that you do is going to really be taken care of in this screen. I'm not super crazy about it. The one thing I am actually really grateful about is they have kept the turn signal stock here, which is terrific, and there are sort of toggles here for certain functions. Overall, I think the quality of the materials on the interior has improved a lot. There's a really nice fabric here. There are great textures here and patterns that I actually think are really lovely. There's some Alcantara suede here. The seats are now perforated. They're ventilated. They are really a lot more comfortable than previously. I think the interior is nicer. I used to think it was just very cold and austere, surgical. I think that less now. This is a pleasant place to be if you're driving it. The processor has been updated, so functionality is better, much quicker, which is good. And regarding those cameras, just take a look at the resolution of these pictures. This is actually really excellent quality. Maybe next time I should shoot my video just using these cameras. But it does not change the fact that this does still pull driver focus. And you guys, that is never a win in my book. Mostly, I think that's just because of other drivers. I'm sorry, but I do still think it's a problem. It does not get the Model 3 update that deleted the turn signal. There happily remains a stock on the steering column. However, you still don't get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto if that's a deal breaker for you. But there is an 8-inch screen in the second row for your passengers where they can play games, watch Netflix, and adjust their HVAC settings. In the lose column, the car also did a couple of glitchy things on me while I was driving, including folding my mirrors sort of randomly in the middle of driving. So, I don't know. As far as the gear shift goes, the stock here is gone. I guess they decided it was just too much. So everything now where you shift is done on the screen. I'm actually not a huge fan of this. I think it's a little bit inelegant, but you have another option up here if you want. Park, reverse, neutral, drive. It's not super handy, but to me, it's better than this. Maybe I'd get used to it. Maybe. Interior cabin ambient lighting is now available for those who love a light show, and they've improved storage space and added some speakers. I did still hear some squeaks and noises in the cabin, so I'm a bit on the fence about build quality. When it comes to cargo space out back and up front, that's the same. But up front, we are working with a little bit of innovation. One thing that is new about the Frunk, which I think is really terrific, is it's got a drain plug here now. So you can fill this with ice, put some drinks in there, and do a little bit of tailgating. I am always a fan when there are innovative things that happen. Look, this is not exactly the front seating that you have in the Lucid Gravity, but I think this is a really cool step in the right direction. When it comes to driving the Model Y, Tesla's done some major work. This was a huge bone of contention for a lot of reviewers and no doubt owners. And I can report that the ride is good. The suspension has been retuned, so what used to be, I think, a really harsh and unpleasant experience going over any imperfections in the road, that has been addressed and smoothed out. I'm trying to hit as many things as I can here. But it has a nice quality to it. It is not uncomfortable. It doesn't feel too harsh. So I do believe that there have been a lot of improvements made in that department. When it comes to handling around turns, there's never been a complaint about tons of body roll or lack of composure, and that remains the same. Although I will caveat this, I did not take this on some twisty, turny, mountainy roads, but on the street during regular driving, it handled itself just fine. As far as the rest of the driving experience, a lot of this is really customizable. So you can go into the dynamics page here, and I can do a reduced deceleration mode or standard, which is a little bit more like a one pedal driving experience, which I actually prefer, so for more increased regen. Same thing with the acceleration. I can go into chill or I can go into standard, which definitely makes it feel like it's a little bit more easy to get into the throttle. Same thing with steering weight. So it will go light, which actually really does loosen it up a bit, all the way to heavy, which doesn't actually feel that heavy. It's certainly not that much more than standard, but I can feel the adjustments. So again, a lot of really nice customizability here. Visibility wise, I don't have many complaints except for one. Everything out this way looks pretty good, but rear visibility is compromised. There's a tiny little window back there, but it is quite hard to see if there is a car that's really close up to you. So that's when all of these sort of ADAS systems come in nice and handy and work really well when you really don't have all that great a view out the back. It's pretty quiet in here. They've added some sound damping materials, and I really do think that this is kind of a really pleasant place to drive. I can hear the road a little bit, but you know, there's no engine noise to cover that up, so that's expected. Yeah, this is much more comfortable than the previous generation. It feels much better. All right, well done, Tesla. Let's talk about the self-driving software. I used it, or should I say try. It did a bunch of weird things though. For example, I was in the carpool lane on the highway and randomly the car put on its right turn signal to have me change lanes when it wasn't legal over a double line. It is imperfect, so whatever you do, keep your hands on the steering wheel and pay attention. Oh, and that feature comes with an $8,000 price tag. When it comes to power, the new Model Y did not feel like it was the last in line. The long-range rear-wheel drive version gets 295 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. The all-wheel drive version gets significantly more, with an improved 0 to 60 time of 4.6 seconds. And for those of you who are interested, there should be a performance trim available at some point, which will make upwards of 450 horses. Range numbers look great. 327 miles on a full charge is a terrific number. As far as charging options go, you've got the Tesla supercharging network, which is awesome. Or maybe it's not awesome, because whether you know this or not, basically everybody else is using NACS as the standard. So what that might mean is that it increases the time that you have to wait if you don't have a charger at your house. Once you do get hooked up, you can get about 170 miles for 15 minutes of charge, which is great. And that is with using a 250 kilowatt charger. That's not bad. So 15 minutes, you're done. Tesla does offer some home charging solutions. None of them comes gratis. The only way that you can get free charging with them is if you got one of those Model X's or Model S's that came with unlimited free charging, which, by the way, bonus, if you do purchase one of those, that free charging is actually transferable, which is awesome. But you can get a home connector for $420, and that will get you 44 miles of range for every hour that you charge. You can also get a universal wall connector that covers the J1772 plug, so you can charge more than one type of EV. There's also a plan called Tesla's Electric Drive Plan, which offers fixed charge rates at certain times of day with home chargers, but for the time being, that's only available in Texas. There are other incentives offered periodically, so check with your local dealer or utility company for those. Pricing on the Model Y starts at $46,630, which includes Tesla's $1,390 destination fee. But that does not include the $7,500 federal tax credit for which the Tesla qualifies. If you are ready to purchase a Tesla Model Y or Model anything, click on the link above. Kelley Blue Book can help you find a fair purchase price on any of them. KBB.com. If you're looking at other competitors, check out the Hyundai Ioniq 5, Kia EV6, the VW ID4, Chevy's Equinox and Blazer EVs, and the Nissan Ariya. For higher-end fare, check out the Cadillac Lyriq and even Audi's Q4 e-tron. We're doing a comparison between the Model Y and Ford's Mustang Mach-E, so subscribe to the KBB YouTube channel to watch. Look, when it comes to these competitors, so many car companies are doing some remarkable things. And to their advantage is their long institutional knowledge of making cars that might be leaving the once cutting-edge Tesla a bit behind in certain categories. Look, I'm not dissing Tesla. I'm just saying look around because there are some excellent options out there. So, a lot of fairly significant improvements on what was the best-selling SUV EV in the world. Will they be enough to keep the Tesla Model Y on that pedestal? I don't know. Only time will tell. But if you are looking for an electric vehicle that has a lot of functionality and some excellent new upgrades, then check out the Tesla.